Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is Firestarter, a new Gruul deck that is dedicated to taking down life totals with pumped-up men, along with a card that lets us throw one of our men right at the opponent's face. The aim is simple. Play our men out, use pump of various types to boost our men, and get in for damages. It's a very focused deck, with men that are able to get the job done because they work well together. Let's get in there. We're playing the full set of Llanowar Elves, the Smelf here to get us started with some early mana. Later in the game, the Smelf is another body that can get in for damages after getting pumped. Self-Destruct is the new style fling. It lets us pick one of our men and a target, then the target gets hit for damage equal to the power of the guy we chose. It will also deal that much damage to itself, but that hardly matters if we've hit the opponent for more damage than they have life. It is an instant which lets us fire it off in response to an opponent's removal. We've got the big bad Badgermole Cub. It's simply a great way to ramp as well as earthbend one of our lands. We're simply looking for numbers and mana to play out our 4 drops. His ability to let our mana men tap for an extra green is a huge boost. And while it is great, it is not critical. The Cub does attract plenty of removal, and it is often difficult to keep it in play. Esper Origins is a sorcery that gives us a Surveil 2 when we fire it off. We also gain 2 life and 4/4 mana. We can play it from the grave. When we do, we get it as Esper Origins, the 4/4 summon saga. Upon entering play, we'll reveal the top card of our deck, and if it is a permanent, we get to put it in our hand. And if you notice, we have only 8 cards in our deck that are not permanents, so chances are good we can draw an extra card. On Chapter 2, we get a pair of green mana, and the final chapter gives us an excellent team pump that includes giving our men trample. Innkeeper's talent is a great way to slowly build up our men, though when we combine it with a typeworm, we can greatly increase the amount of pump our men will get. The talent does give us a way to protect our men with Ward 1, as long as we can get counters on our men. Taking it to level 3 will double the amount of counters that get put on our men. The family station wagon is a fantastic attacker. It has power equal to the number of lands we have in play, and when it swings in, we get to fetch out another basic land. It essentially acts as ramp as well as a powerful attacker. It's this card that enables our kill combo. Let the Womanizer double the power of our station wagon, then use Self-Destruct to fling the wagon at the opponent's face. It does have a crew of 4, which means we need our 4 drops, or to have enough men on board to be able to get it going. Drix Fatemaker is a fantastic card for this deck. When he enters, we get to pump one of our men, and thanks to Warp, the Freshmaker can enter play not once but twice. While he is on board, the Freshmaker gives our men with performance-enhancing candy the trample ability. Thanks to our talent, we can easily spread counters around so our men can all have trample. The Womanizer is our secret weapon. It will double the power of any one of our men when we play out a land. That is the reason we're playing lands that can be sacrificed to fetch out basic lands. The Womanizer's stats let us crew up the station wagon perfectly. Once we have him in play, we want to be able to play out lands or fetch them out. With enough triggers, we can take one of our men up to lethality, then we can fling it. The Womanizer does have warp, so we can drop him in for only 3 mana if we don't have enough to play him out at full price. The Tapeworm is here as well. With plenty of men and ways of pumping our men, we can pump the Tapeworm before it pumps the team for bigger stat boosts. While we're not focused on winning with the Tapeworm, it is so good that we can take advantage of its team pump to grow our men and take down opposing life totals. For lands, we're playing 4 Fabled Passage, the special land that we can sacrifice to fetch out a basic land. 4 Escape Tunnel, the special land that we can sacrifice to fetch out a basic land, or we can make one of our men with power 2 or less unblockable for a turn. 4 Thornspire Verge, the mountain that becomes a duel when we have a mountain or forest in play. 8 Forest. 3 Bay Sing Se, the land that we can use to earthbend any one of our lands. And 1 Mountain. Playing the deck is fairly easy. We have plenty of 2 drops which include Esper Origins to help us find cards we need. An early Cub can help us power out 4 drops early or let us double spell. A station wagon on schedule can also help us play out our more expensive cards. While everything costs 4 mana or less, we want to have mana to be able to play out men, as well as potentially fire off a self-destruct. Even if we can't blow up their face, we have enough firepower on the ground that we can pump our team up to the point we can overpower the opponent's men. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is No wait, it's Grand Tasso. They were almost an MTG card. We're kicking things off with a Shuffler special, but we have 4 cards we can play out at 2 mana, 3 of which can get us more mana. This is fine. Keep your pants on. They hit us with a Duress. They can take out an Origins or the Talent. Which will it be? They take the Talent, a good choice given that they might be on mono black. We'll play out the Cub. It'll be extra mana for us unless they snipe it. And if they do, that's 1 removal less they'll have available. That's not a removal, that's a Demon Wall. It will stop us from sending it, but our Cub is alive to provide us a bit of a mana boost. We'll go with an Origin and see what's on top. We've got a land and a Tapeworm. We'll take the Tapeworm first since we can play it out on our next turn. And the land? An extra land is fine. For now, we'll just hold what we got. I thought these guys were dead, but here they are. They'll get their Annex and start draining us a pair of life at a time. We're aiming to hit them hard, though. It's just a matter of who goes down to 0 or less first. It's time for the Space Parasite to get in there. We'll get some team pump, and our team will only get bigger every turn. They throw down another Demon Wall. That's double the wall action, but those things only do 2 damage each of their turns. That's an awful clock. They follow up with a removal on our Tapeworm. It would have been nice to keep it on board, but we have many avenues to get through damages. We'll flash back our Origins, we'll get another Surveil 2, and this time, if we have a permanent on top, we get to put it in our hand. And on top, we have a land and a Freshmaker. Drix is fine even though we have 1 in hand already. The Ba Sing Se is the real deal here. Let's keep both, and in that order. They hit us with another Duress. That's actually great, because that means they didn't get their Demon Token this turn. That's what they should have done. They play out a Bloodletter. I suppose that's pretty good too. We're not going to be able to stop it from coming in, and that will be 4 damages per turn from it alone. Let's fire off our second Origins. We're going to need some firepower here pretty soon. On top we have a land and a Talent. I do like both. The Talent is a way to get our men a bit bigger. We can follow up by flashing back the Origins, and we'll draw our Talent. This time, I think we'll bin the land. We are up to 6 mana now, and what we really need is a way to punch through their defenses. We'll send the pumped up Esper. Making them block is our only removal. And they do block. That was only 5, and they could have easily taken it, but they let one of their walls go down the hole. They send their Bloodletter. All we can do is watch them fly over for damages. To my surprise, they play out a Rise of Sozin. That wipes our men, but it kills off their advantage as well. I don't think that was a good move. That might go down as an oopsie-poopsie, bro. Our Power Wagon arrives at a good time. The board is clear, and we can start setting up for a big smash to the face. Then we can level up the Talent to give our enhanced men Ward 1. They name Ouroboroid to take out our Tapeworms. Little do they know that's only part of the pain package we've brought along. We don't really need them to dish out pain and punishment. They finally unlock the demon token. That's probably what they should have done last turn instead of Rise of Sozin. We draw another cub and we'll play it out. Thanks to its abilities, it really only costs 1 mana to play out. We'll follow up with a fresh maker. We'll put his counter on himself, that way we can use him to crew up the station wagon. If they want to trade away their demon token, that's fine, but we'll be sending in our power wagon for damages. They take the hit. Damages, bro. Damages. They come at us with 11 damages, plus another 2 at the end of their turn. This is getting ugly for us. We can block 2 of it, but that's not really worth it. We'll take the hits. Eat these damages we will. They use their rickshaw to give our land and Drix decay. That's fine. We're facing down our last turn anyways. They play out another rickshaw. I want to ride into the next game, please. We draw a womanizer. It might be too late, or is it? We are able to fetch out a land thanks to our power wagon that can double up someone's power for the turn. And we can use the womanizer to crew up the power wagon. This land has more abilities than Atraxa. Let's play out the womanizer. They have just 1 blocker. While that is good for us, it is a sturdy 5/5 they can throw out in front of our attacking forces. We'll warp in the womanizer. Let's save up as much mana as we can. Even at warp speed, the womanizer can crew up the station wagon. Our power wagon is already at 8 power. If we get it up to 10, we can double that to 20, and that's their life total. Another fresh maker would be nice, but we want something to be able to send in. This is our last turn after all. It's kill or be killed. Let's earthbend a land, and that can get in for damages as well. Our team is assembled. Now all we need to do is decide who gets the pump from the talent. Let's give it to our power wagon. It's going to pack the biggest punch. Now we'll send everyone. There's no reason to hold men back. The power wagon will fetch us out a land, and with that, the womanizer will trigger. His charm doubles the power of one of our men. The power wagon is the biggest. Doubling it gives us 20 power with it alone. And it has trample, GG's opponent. Thanks for coming on the big show. They're taking 15 from the power wagon alone. These are the battles I hunger for. This is word grab her. That's illegal in some states, bro. Keep your pants on. We get a 4-lander with a cub, a womanizer, and our kill spell. All we need is a power wagon and we can combo their face off. Keep your pants on. We'll go with one of our escape tunnels. We do need to get our mountain to be able to fire off our self-destruct, but let's wait until the end of their turn to use our escape tunnel. They play out a Storm Chaser's talent. This is likely a lesson deck, while it won Worlds, and it is a decent deck. In Best of 1, the deck is trash. Now we'll fetch out our mountain. We draw a second Self-Destruct. Not the best draw, but we might be able to make use of it. The sequencing here is easy. We play the Cub, and if it survives, we can play out the Womanizer on our next turn. They snipe our Cub, but it's not a critical piece of our deck. It's nice to have in play, we just don't rely on it the way some Cub decks do. They follow up with a Boomerang on their talent. They're working on building an Otter Team 6. We draw a Tapeworm. Had we been able to keep our Cub in play, we could have played it out this turn, but that's fine. We can get there. Let's go with our second tunnel. We'll want to be sure we can get to 4 mana on our next turn. They go for their talent and will hit their Otter with one of our Self-Destructs. It will take out our land, but it comes back. Their Otter does not come back. Let's crack our escape tunnel and grab a forest. Now we can be sure to get to 4 mana. We draw another forest, which is fine. We have a land to drop on our next turn. We'll go with the Tapeworm this turn. It'll start getting some pump. Even if it's only itself, it is pumping. They play out another talent. They're loading up on Otters, which will make fine blockers. I think they might have burned their bounce and burn a little too early. They follow up with a Monument. That's fine, but they don't have a way to toss cards, at least not on board they don't. We draw a Power Wagon. It's all coming together all of a sudden. This turn we'll go with the Womanizer. A Tapeworm and Womanizer on board with a land to play out makes for very big men very quickly. Did anybody order 8/8 men with a side of 8/8 men? We're serving it up, even if it wasn't ordered. Open up, bro. This knuckle sandwich doesn't eat itself. They do not have enough mana to pump their Otters to the size they need to be at to be able to trade. Those are hopes and dreams they are running on. Might as well be fumes. They follow up with an Accumulate Wisdom. Accumulate all day, bro. Those Otters are still rather small. Gosh, it's a World Championship winning deck. What could go wrong? We'll play out our Power Wagon, mostly as a way to test for counterspells. That's about the only thing that could save them now. When we fetch out a land, we'll pump our Tapeworm. Big is not the right word, enormous is more like it. Pump up the jam, pump it up a little higher, then we'll send it. Whatever their plans were, they're about to get sniped by our Self-Destruct. The Womanizer is going straight to their face. To the face. A damage spell, that's nice. There is a new Gruul in town. And that's GG's, extra cheese. This is Vike the Dyke. Hey, I didn't make his name up, he did. We get a 3-lander with a good mix of cards. As luck would have it, we have our kill combo in hand. Keep your pants on. We gotta go with our passage to fetch out our mountain. They drop a plains, maybe life gain with a slow hand? Only time will tell. We don't have plays, so we'll pass the turn. They play out a bill. It's kind of like a mirror match, I suppose. But it's like they brought a wooden stick to a bazooka fight. We draw a 4th land, which is actually perfect. We'll play it out and drop our power wagon. They get a land down and have only their bill to pump. Get 'em roids, bro. Your men are gonna need them. They follow up with an angel. So it's angel pump then. We're okay with that. We draw a cub. That does make things kind of interesting. We'll play it out once again. We only lose 1 mana, and we still have enough to drop in a womanizer at full price. Then we can crew up and send it. The wagon will fetch out another land, and the womanizer will double up its power. That's going to be 12 damages rumbling in. Might want to throw a block, bro. Save some of that life for later in the game. That's a nope, they take the hit. They are as cooked as last year's Thanksgiving turkey. They pump their angel, but they are a long way from having lethality. We have it on board already. They follow up with a tapeworm of their own. Even with that, it's not enough pain. It looks impressive, bro. Very nice. I would be scared, but I'm going to be too busy firing off a self-destruct. For the laughs, we'll play out the 2nd womanizer. Then we'll use it to crew up the power wagon. Bro will not be laughing at our station wagon with the wood panels on the side after this. Let's send the team. The power wagon will fetch us out another land, and we'll get double the womanizer triggers. That's a 20 power station wagon. Might want to throw some men in front of that thing. They make some obvious blocks. Unfortunately for them, we have this here self-destruct to wipe their life total right out. GG's, extra wagon cheese. This is Keel Born. He likes getting beat on arena on a regular basis. I will hope we make your dreams come true, bro. We get a 4-lander with some search lands, a talent, and our power wagon and womanizer combo. While this could be great, we won't have any real action until turn 4. Mull. Then we get a 4-lander with double wagon and a self-destruct. We've gone from bad to worse. Let's cut our losses. Keep. We'll ship one of the lands. With 3 mana, we can fetch out more thanks to the power wagons. They drop in a shark land. Dimir could easily be a very tough matchup for us. But with a Ba Sing Se, it doesn't matter how many removals and board wipes they have, they won't have enough. Maybe we are their worst matchup. They already ran away? Come on, bro, have some guts. We draw a talent, but let's go with one of our power wagons. We want the ramp. Being able to earthbend lands could be the key to winning this one. We'll go with our talent, then follow up with the 2nd power wagon. We're racing ahead with all the mana in the world. They tap out for an iceberg. Esper Control is trying to be relevant in today's standard. They take one of our wagons, but the problem is we have two of those. We draw a cub and we'll play it out. It's not the best draw, but it is one we can work with. We'll prepare to smash face, and even if they have a removal or a board wipe, we can still keep generating men thanks to our bossing say. They snipe our cub, but that is the least of their worries. They should have saved that removal for the power wagon. Oopsie poopsie, bro. We draw another bossing say. We know they'll be loaded with removals and maybe even a way to take out lands. We can activate one in case they are packing demolition fields. For this turn, we'll use the map tokens they gave us. Free pump is not to be taken for granted, and with that, we have enough to crew up the wagon and send it in. This hit takes them down to 13, which could be the end for them on our next turn. We'll earthbend a bossing say. Even if they hit us with a board wipe, it won't be the end for us. As we suspected, they are packing board wipes. The funny thing is, it doesn't hit the power wagon and our lands come right back to threaten them again. Control is not a bad matchup for us. We'll earthbend our mountain, then we can take our talent to level 3. When we earthbend from here on out, we're making 4/4 hasty lands that will be swinging at their face. During their turn, they should probably be looking for the concede button. They play out another iceberg and use it to snag our talent. We still have the wagon and our big beater of a land. As it turns out, we draw another talent. Let's play it out. The ward 1 it gives could be critical. They're going to need a 1-mana removal. Their life total is toast if they can't stop our power wagon. Most removals cost 2 mana, and that's all they have. They can't pay for the ward, and now they can't stop us from slapping them down with this here fling. That's GG's. Extra cheese. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.